Hi, this is Tom. I am going to be making a few comments on my media usage over the past couple of days. I have it all recorded and written down right here, and I'll be just commenting on a couple of things, such as like what I did, how I did it, whether anything surprised me or not, and I just need to describe the quality of the data. So in my opinion, the data was done very well because I was able to constantly just measure everything. So if I were to say open a Word document, I would start a stopwatch, and then when I was finished editing it, I'd stop the stopwatch, open the file where everything was being recorded. I would say how long I did it for, whether it was personal or school related, and what it was I was actually doing. So in that case, it would be writing. Now, a couple of trends I noticed when I was doing this. So, for one, I always spent 25 minutes about that in the morning watching YouTube videos in case, because usually in the middle of the night one of my subscribers has posted something, and I'm waiting for the bus, so I decide to just watch a bit in the mornings, and that's always personal, so that's one trend that I've always had. And I always spend about 30 minutes at night doing the same, just watching YouTube videos for enjoyment. Now, surprisingly, only 40% of only 40% of all of the media that I have taken in over the past 2 days, only 40% of that has been personal, and 60% has been school-related, so I'm happy about that, so that means I'm not wasting too much time. And in fact, a lot of the personal stuff I've been doing I've been paying attention to has somehow been related to school. Now, mostly what I did for, at least on the watching side, because 43% of my time, apparently, over the past 2 days has been spent watching things, and a large portion of that has been school-related, primarily because what often happens in class is we'll sit down and we'll watch, say, a documentary, or I'll have to watch someone else's research, or I'll have to watch the outcome of an experiment or something like that, so that we can learn off of that. And that takes up a lot of time. So according to this, I've spent 43% of my entire media intake time, and that's almost 12 hours. So that's a long time spent watching. And granted, some of that is from my traditional watching habits in the mornings and evenings, but most of that was spent in school. I spent very little time surfing the internet and that was when I did do it, it was for data, to collect data for different collecting data for research, for history. And writing, that was for editing documents, and in fact some for this class, many for this class, and for a English project. I spent a fair bit of time editing for a program that deals with visual construction and 3D modeling. So I did, but a bit of that was personal. And editing, that was for my online course when it comes to programming. And I would put that under writing, but to be honest, it doesn't really count as writing in my mind because of its complexity. So nothing else really surprised me apart from the sheer amount of time I spend watching things, and how little percent of that is spent on personal watching time. I spent about 25% editing sort of things, very little time writing, very little time surfing, and a fair bit of time reading, which also surprised me because I honestly thought that I would read a lot less than I did, say, surfing. But the other thing is, a lot of these aren't trends because we don't necessarily do these things every single day during the week. And I also didn't spend any time gaming because, like I said, during the week I don't allow myself to play games because I would never get any work done then. So but on the weekends I do. So this would be skewed a bit in gaming's favored, which currently doesn't even exist on this chart. If it was on the weekend, but because it's during the weekdays, then it would make it. There isn't any. Now, and finally, that's it. There are nothing else really surprised me or shocked me in any way. And yes, that's just about it. That'll wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it opened your eyes about media consumption about as much as I did. Thank you.